Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Jordan and today I am here with a video on how I read for free. I know I talk about the library all the time and I've been getting questions on how are you still utilizing the library while everything is shut down or a lot of places are social distancing, and I am doing it virtually. I use apps that connect you to the library where you can rent out ebooks as well as audiobooks for free. So I'll go ahead and talk you through that and tell you two of my favorite apps that I utilize. So let's get started in the how. So the way that I am reading primarily is via ebooks and audiobooks, and that is through two apps that pair with your library. All you need is a library card number. Really, that's all you need, and you'll be able to access thousands and thousands of audiobooks as well as ebooks virtually without leaving your home, in the comfort of your home. And I'll walk you through that a little bit later, but my two favorite apps are actually Overdrive and really Libby, powered by Overdrive. Overdrive is the source that powers it, but it's called Libby when you search in your apps. And then also RBDigital. Both of these are great repositories of ebooks as well as audiobooks that you can check out for free. The hold times on those are 21 days, and a lot of times you're able to just renew them if there aren't other holds. I'll talk about Libby first because what I love about Libby is I feel like it's the most user-friendly as far as getting you started and set up, but it is more popular. What that means is that for new releases or books with high demand, there's going to be more people in the queue. What I love with Libby, though, it gives you a precise estimate on how long you can expect. Like when you put that hold, it lets you know how many library copies that your library has available to check out, as well as the amount of weeks that you can expect to wait. And a lot of times I find that the hold is quicker, like the wait time is actually quicker than whatever they anticipated. Why I like RBDigital is although the format is not necessarily as user-friendly initially, I feel like they have more diverse books. At least I feel like they have titles by a lot of Black authors that sometimes are not on Libby. Libby does a good job of having a lot of the titles available, but it's interesting because both of these are powered by your library, but you may find it where, for instance, this book may be in RBDigital, but it may not be on Libby. And that's just an example. That doesn't mean that this book wasn't on Libby. I believe this was on Libby, and that's what I'm listening through. But I always check out both of them, and I keep them in my little books folder on my phone, and I have access to it at my fingertip anytime I want. And I can just search books. It gives you the synopsis, the description, the genre. If you're reading an ebook, it tells you how many pages. If it's an audiobook, you get the full how many hours, everything at your fingertips. So what do you do if it's a book that you really want and your library just doesn't have it? So this is why I said I like to go through Overdrive. So Overdrive is actually an app that powers Libby, but with Overdrive, because it is like the central force, if there's a book that's not on there, you can submit purchase requests for your library to purchase those ebooks and those audiobooks. This is something that I do regularly. I do this even with physical copies at my libraries, and this is how I ensure that, one, books by Black authors are being purchased, as well as two, it ensures like that exposure is going to be out there. Because if you think about it, if these books are not on the shelves or if they're not in the search catalog, sometimes people may never hear about it. The more people that are reading the books, the more people that are talking about it, the more buzz that book is going to get, the more reviews that book's going to get. And that's essentially going to relate to more purchases for that author. Also, library purchases, although there's a different algorithm, they do count towards purchasing figures. Granted, if you can afford it, purchase and support authors clearly. But also, the library is there for those resources to allow you to have access to books that you typically wouldn't. So now that I've talked to you about what apps you can use, as well as why you should use them, and what are some tricks to use if your library via these apps does not carry a specific book. I'm going to show you the interface just so you could really see how easy it is. So on one phone, I already have my Libby app and my RBDigital, so I'll start there with showing you guys that. And this is what my phone looks like. As you can see, I have Overdrive, RBDigital, and Libby all at the top. Let's see what's on my shelf. So I have my loans here that are readily accessible. As you can see, I finished Felix Ever After. That's over here. I have Hidden a Straight Lick with a Crooked Stick. I actually finished this, but since I did a combination of reading as well as audiobook, you'll see that it says 64% complete. So it lets you know how far you are along. And I have, this is kind of an epic love story. Now let's go ahead and just open one of these books in here, open in Libby. You'll see that it has the chapter breakouts. It has pretty much a synopsis. You can change the lighting. You can change the speed. It works just like a paid app. Now, if you do not have the app, all you have to do is go to where you purchase app, and it will say Libby by Overdrive. That is the one that you want. You'll want to open the app, and then the first thing you see is that welcome. Thousands of public libraries offer ebooks and audiobooks for free in Libby. First question, do you have a library card? That's literally all that you need. And I know my particular library, if you do not have a library card, you can request those online. It is a temporary library card for 90 days until you can verify your address in person. So that's a work around that. So I hope that you found that information helpful and that answers a ton of questions. It's really, really simple. I try to encourage everyone to download these apps. I don't know how successful I am. I talk about it all the time, but hopefully with me walking you through the process, you'll see just how easy it is. And yeah, let's keep the conversation going below. What are the ways that you're, reading or keeping up with your reading while many of us are in either self-quarantine or social distancing? Well, with that, love and light, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.